introduce the back squat. Back squat is a compound exercise because it's using multiple joints at once. It's a power movement. Athletes use this exercise a lot. Actually, a lot of people use it on daily activities. For one example is a lineman getting in the squatting formation to push up against the defensive line or offensive line, whichever one they're pushing against. Secondly is a skier. A skier is going to push off a jump using that same motion of a squat, that powerful movement of pushing up. And then lastly, the squat gives strength to the hips, also the quads and the core and the glutes. Before we perform the squat, we'll have to do 5 warm-up exercises. One of those is just a squat without weight. That will help activate the muscles that we need for the squat and also help show us the form that we're going to use in the squat. Second would be the kneeling glute mobilization, which will help stretch out our glutes so that when we do the squat, we're not immobilized by the glutes being too tight. That way we can push through without any defect. Thirdly, we've got the lunge, and a lunge is going to help activate the quads, the hamstrings, and also the glutes. That will help with the squat. Fourthly, you got the pistol squats, which are one-legged squat. This goes down like this, go back up, helps with flexibility, balance, and core activation, which will really help when we do our back squat. And then lastly, you got band walks, which is putting a band in between the legs like this, pushing the knees outward and walking. That will help when we do the squat that our knees don't concave inward, that we are constantly pushing out as we're going down into a squat formation. All right, so now we're going to demonstrate the back squat. So before we go down, we're going to do some verbal cues. So one verbal cue is making sure we're bending the bar, which means kind of like acting like you're going to bend the bar like this over your shoulders. That's going to keep your back tight as you're going through, your core stable as you go through the exercise. Another verbal cue is screwing your heels inward. That's going to keep activation all throughout your legs, keeping your glutes tight, also your hamstrings and your quads. And then lastly, loading the heels. So making sure you're shifting your weight towards the heels as you're going down and going back up. This is going to help make sure that your feet don't come up like this, causing improper form, which could lead to serious injury. So we're going to go ahead and get started. First, make sure your hand grip is shoulder width apart. Get your shoulders up under it. Make sure it's on your shoulders, not on your neck. If we put weight on our neck, then we will probably cause injury in the future. Make sure your feet are shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit outward rotation in the feet, only up to about 15 degrees. We're going to push up, take 3 steps back or so. We're going to inhale as we go down, exhale as we go up. Making sure we're keeping our back straight all the way through, and our face facing just completely forward without us looking too far up or too far down. That's going to keep our back completely straight. And we're going to look far back.